What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the very first Sunday of the year. And because it is the first Sunday of the year, I wanted to talk about something extremely important to me, which is routines and the power of routines. So you can be the most successful in the 2020 in the 2025 year. And yes, I'm on my walking pad. I got to get my steps in. So let's get into it. This is week 1 of 52. I am super excited to get to 52 with you. And yes, I made that rhyme on purpose because we have a lot going on. Life is always so freaking busy and it's only getting busier. And I only keep adding things to my plate. And I know you are doing the same. So, how are we going to be successful, be productive, and stick to our goals? The way that I do it is through my routines and the power of repetition. So, we're going to just get into my week, talk about a little bit of my updates as far as physique goes and everything else that goes around it. I tried to pick up my camera as much as I could, so bear with me. We started off the week strong. So this is Saturday, the Saturday after Christmas, and I'm a salad hoe, so you're going to see several of those within this vlog. Sunday, we got a movement in, and of course, it is legs. Reminder, I can only hit legs at this point because of my breast augmentation. I do have certain things that I can't do because of doctor's orders. And the reasoning behind that is I have to keep my heart rate at a certain level. So, no, there isn't a ton of weight on this thing, but also this big rig is extremely heavy. And I know I can play with the gravity, but I'm just learning how to do that. So, we'll get into that as I learn more. But from there, Sunday is whenever I did my meal prepping. I don't know if I talked about it in the last video, but I was struggling with the urge to binge eat. And it is very embarrassing to talk about, but I clocked it. I realized that this was happening. I am still handling it. But on the plus side, my check ins were great. So I went down from a 26-inch waist to a 25-inch waist. And my quads are filling up, which is nice. So there's that. But even though I have noticed that I have these issues, I'm still working through it and I'm not necessarily punishing myself. I'm just focusing on what I can control. And again, that is the reason why I am adding things to my routine and then making sure that my routine has been adequate. So, something else that I've actually added to my routines for lifting and life is stretching. So this just helps me make sure that I can get the best out of my contractions, that I move better and I feel better. So highly, highly suggest you adding those in if you can. If you want me to do a stretching video, I'm more than happy, but also I just loved my fit and I felt super cute this day. And obviously, we hit legs again. So I only get about 2 to 3 movements in each leg day, which is more than enough for what I'm doing. However, I have been pushing myself more and pushing myself more within my limit. So I keep my heart rate under 130, but my body has been getting adapted to that. So I'm able to push myself a little bit more within my restraints, which is nice. But I think that is another reason why I have been so much hungrier and my hunger cues have been off because my metabolism is revving up, you know? So there is a reason why my metabolism is the way that it is. I also am about to start my period, so there's that. TMI, sorry guys if you guys are watching. And again, I've just been so much more intentional with the way that I move, and I'm getting up earlier. I'm staying up probably around the same time. So again, whenever you are tired, your ghrelin hormones are actually going to get higher. And that is another thing that starts those cravings. So just making sure that you are on top of it and making sure that you are aware is probably one of the most important things. Another thing that I do consistently is making sure that I have a healthy skin routine, because whenever you have happy skin, you have more confidence. When you feel like you have a happy body, you feel more confident. When you feel like you have a clean house, you feel more confident. All of these things, like honestly, like it might seem vain, but it is probably one of the most important things that I have incorporated. And it's also like, especially whenever it comes to self-care, it is one of those things where I just feel selfish. Again, this year is just about being selfish, apparently, but in the best possible way because you are just trying to get better, right? So the next day from here was New Year's Day. And I was lucky enough to hang out with my bestie. I started off with legs again and hit glutes. And then we went straight to the grocery store to pick up some things, just the essentials. Because again, I'm trying to not overbuy, but I'm trying to make sure that I am just staying on top of everything. Whenever I had Britt over, we did our first stream, which is a lot of fun. And we obviously got salads because, again, salad ho here. I think this next training day was Friday. I didn't get any video of me training, but I got a little bit of Eli. Big takeaway from this week was even though I have a lot going on, I'm still adding in routines. I still have new projects that I'm working on. I still have a lot of balls in the air. I make sure to put myself first. I create routines that make sense for me. And these are all routines that you will continue to repeat day after day after day after day after day. And I think something that, like, as a child or as a teenager, being stuck in a monotonous life was one of my biggest fears. But as I grow older and more wiser, I realized that these routines and this repetition was what was going to make me successful, because now at this point I carve out time for the YouTube, I carve out time for the streaming, I carve out time for my friends, and that makes me feel so much more fulfilled. And maybe that's because I'm boring. You can call me boring if you want. But when you are in this mindset of change, you can't do the same shit. Sorry, you just can't. So if you guys picked up any nice tips, let me know which one you guys are going to be using, which one you're going to start doing. Do you guys already have a skincare routine? Do you guys want me to go more in depth with that? Do you guys want me to go more in depth with the stretching or the training, or I don't know, anything? Let me know. I am going to make this 54 weeks in a row that I post, not only on the Trail of Champions podcast YouTube, but on my YouTube, because I really, really did miss talking to you guys, and I really did miss just showing you guys my journey. So I feel very grateful that you're here. So thank you for taking the time. If you're still listening, don't forget, I have a giveaway that I am doing to do a creative shoot with me. I will be doing giveaways every month because I have fun things that I'm working on, which is another, you know, other things that I've been adding to my plate. I know, I get it. It's going to be a lot, but I feel so inspired. And whenever I create something, it's just so cathartic for me, and it allows me to express myself and share my favorite people and like to help people feel more confident. And if if I do that for one person throughout this YouTube or one person throughout my art, then my job is done. So I'm so happy for this year. Oh, I know I'm going to talk about it in the next, like in my next Sunday video, but I printed out stuff for my vision board, which I'm going to be making. So I don't know if you guys are into vision boards. I am super into it. And I think I just kind of need it to be a constant reminder of what I'm working for and why I am working so much. This week has been very hard, but also very rewarding. And I think that that is something that we all need to remember is that you cannot have good without bad. And if you are going through a hard time, I am sorry, giving you cyber hugs. Love you. And just know that you're not alone. Things will get better. And things, even though I have one of those faces that I'm just like smiling all the time, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not hurting inside. Things at home are fine, by the way. This isn't that. It's just I got some really weird news this week. So anyways, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you guys for letting me chat your ear off. Let me know what you guys want to hear about in the future, and I will talk to you soon. I love you all so much.